know.
Also, I always like forget if you're ASMR Vader or Vader ASMR.
Oh
But
yeah,
I remember that I think you're the opposite to me.
that's
So
how I
I'm
remember
ASMR
yours.
Eliza
Yeah,
and you're Vader ASMR.
yeah, that's how I remember yours too. Okay,
Yeah.
we are
We are
live.
live. I'm gonna
And
go.
as people
Oh,
filter in,
and
yes.
by the way, as an admin, I can like remove comments on your comments.
Oh
Or
my God, that's so
I can't
funny.
remove them, but I can get them so that they automatically are held for review.
I love
You
it.
know?
You should hold all my comments for review. I'll be like, what the heck's going on?
apart from I'm gonna comment like first and then hold all of the other comments for review so that it looks like only I'm commenting on your videos.
I love it.
Yeah.
She's just obsessed with me, you know.
Yeah.
All right. As people
Ooh,
filter in, let us know if our volume is equal. We're always trying to make
yes.
sure our mics are pretty equal. And Hunter in the comments asked if we can donate all our donations to the Ukraine. Thank you, Hunter. I definitely support the Ukraine, but I actually don't enable donations on the book club live streams. So
We don't get paid.
no
It's just
donations
for
on the book club.
fun.
Yep. So just waiting. Oh my goodness. So I'm glad that we started a half an hour late because I came up to the third floor of my house where I do all this on, and I haven't been up here in a week. And Cooper has been pooping up here all week.
No,
Yeah.
Cooper.
So I had some cleanup to do. In fact,
That's so naughty.
it's so gross and so naughty. He's being bad. So I
Because
had
he
some
knows that you
cleanup.
don't go up there enough to
Yeah.
like be annoyed about it like straight away.
Yeah. And I can't yell at him because it's been too long now. Like you're not
No,
supposed to
exactly.
yell at them
Because
if
he
you don't
doesn't
catch them in the
remember.
act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though he
Oh
totally
no.
remembers because he saw me getting the paper towels and the spray, and he's like, "Mama,
He
I
knows
love
it's
you.
bad.
Love you, Mama." Can't be mad at him. Kent says we both sound good. Thank you, Kent.
Okay, great. Hi, Kent.
Book club MVP. All right. So this week we're talking about, or I say this week, like we do it weekly, this month.
Yeah.
We're talking about The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Oh, I like your cover of yours.
Yeah, I've got a physical book.
I love that. I think it's so funny that the UK book covers are so different from the US ones.
Yeah. And like, why? I also think
know.
that's interesting because, like, surely the British and American audience isn't that different that
I
we
think it
want
might
different stuff.
be, but I think
That's
I
so
don't
funny,
know.
isn't it?
Yeah, because our covers I notice are always like flashy and stuff, and yours are always very classy. I
Oh,
like that. I like the British ones better.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, the book cover, was a bit different as well.
Oh, I didn't look at that one. I'll have to look at some
Yeah.
point.
It was like really similar. That's why it was like strange that they're different because they're so similar, but just a little bit different. Anyway.
Okay, so Neptune, thank you. And Kent says I have Old English sheepdogs that have the same problem, so I assume pooping everywhere, like Cooper.
Oh no.
So naughty. So as we have some people filtering in, I'm gonna ask in the chat, did you read the book? Start a poll. I always like to know how many people we have that actually read the book. There will be spoilers in this, just a heads up, because we do discuss the whole book. So if you have not read the guest list yet and you're just listening along, you're totally welcome to, but expect there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
And this one was really, really interesting.
Yeah. I think that this might be the first book that we read in book club that wasn't American, or that was like very specifically, like it felt like the setting of the UK was like important, you know.
It was.
And so I wanted to see how you felt about that.
Is Connemara a real place? I meant to look it up the whole time, the island they were on.
I've never heard of it and I doubt it, but
I guess Connemara might have been the mainland. I can't remember what the name of the island was.
Yeah, I can't even remember what like county it was meant to be off or anything. Oh yeah, Connemara.
But if it wasn't familiar to
Oh
you,
yeah,
then
it's a
that's
region. It's a region in Ireland.
okay. So that part's the real place. I don't know if the island is or not, but
Yeah.
I obviously read the book and Eliza read the book. And it looks like we have 3 people that read the book in the chat. I know Kent probably did. Um, and maybe Eliza voted. So
I did vote.
okay. So we have a couple people that read the book.
Yeah.
Um, Eliza, what did you think of it first off?
I did like it.
I liked it
I
too.
was a bit underwhelmed by the ending.
I was surprised how neatly it was all wrapped up with a little bow and everything.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted more of a fallout. I mean, I don't know, I guess what happened at the end was like the ultimate he paid for what he did,
Yeah, but I still feel like it's getting off too
I
easy. Like
agree.
I think that it would have been worse for him to be like publicly embarrassed and to be called out in front of
Right?
all of his friends and family. I
Because
think that
he's
he
always
would
been the golden
rather,
boy.
exactly. I
I
think he would
agree.
rather be murdered than
I
like be called out
agree.
on his wedding day, you know?
Yeah, I would rather have seen him just like be utterly embarrassed and lose everything
Yeah.
than get off the way he did.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And I didn't like love the detail of like Alice, like Hannah's younger sister Alice, like Will. I like that's just
it's too
it's too
coincidental. It
convenient.
is.
Like, yeah. I like the idea of him like representing the kind of man that Alice was with, but him being that man, it was just very
Yeah, I think it would have been better for me if he was just like a representation of,
yeah.
and then she saw somebody having to
The
pay for what they did. It just, yeah,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
both went to the
exactly.
university and
I know.
it was just so
Yeah, but
convenient, like you
also I
said.
was a bit confused about like the ages because I thought that Alice like was quite a lot younger or like died quite a long time ago. Well,
Yeah, I think
I guess they met at uni.
they're in their 30s. So
Yeah. Oh
she would
yeah,
have died
okay.
over 10 years ago. I know it
Yeah,
was kind
okay.
of tough for me because they're in their 30s and I kept thinking of them as in their 20s because they're still so obsessed with their like public
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
exactly.
one thing that
Did
I
that
oh go ahead.
confuse you? Sorry, because Americans are always confused that public school means private school.
Well, it did like it did and it didn't because I could clearly tell, okay, they're talking about this elite private school. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that must be what they call them. But it's so
Yeah.
funny they call it a public school because for us, that's like,
It makes no sense. But yeah, public school, we have like public schools and like state schools, I guess. State schools?
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So your state schools are what we call public schools,
Yeah.
and public schools we call private schools because we make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Ours is based on tradition, it's based in history.
I
It's
thought so.
because public schools, it's because state schools have to like accept people in their local area. So they also used to be called local schools. And then
Okay,
private schools accept people from anywhere, like from the public.
I get
So,
it. Oh, okay.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes
there
sense.
is a little bit of a reason, but it doesn't make
There's
that much
reason.
sense.
There's reason. Um, I thought it was really cute, all of the language that they use, just because I'm not used to hearing like, oh, a stag do. I'm like, oh,
Oh
that's so
yeah.
cute. Right? We call it a bachelor party, obviously. So like,
Yeah.
is that what you would call it, a stag do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
stag and the hen.
yes, hen do.
The hen do.
Um,
Yeah, and also like things like like Hannah being from Manchester and being northern, and then kind of like a class divide, like which is quite regional and maybe quite specific. But I think
yeah,
you just get it from
yeah. I
context.
think that the context definitely tells you enough about that, but
Yeah.
it was definitely interesting. One thing I thought was kind of funny, if we're talking about like the language that was used, was how very Gen Z she made Olivia.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cringy. Oh, she got the ick. Like, I was like, stop.
It was the ick. She got the ick.
She
That
got
was
the
the bit
ick.
that I was like, this is someone who is not from Gen Z who is really trying to make this person
I
speak like
know.
this.
And otherwise, I thought like Lucy Foley, I really liked her writing style. I thought she was a really good author. I just do not know
Yeah.
why she did that with Olivia. I thought it was silly sounding.
Yeah, it did sound silly. I guess she
Um,
was just trying to emphasize the age gap, and
yeah,
also which like makes it grosser that Will went out with her.
right. And it looks like Lucy is writing about people her age because she's 36 right now. And this
Yeah,
came
so
out
that
2
makes
years ago.
sense.
So everybody
That
that was main character was like in her age group.
yeah. Did you what did you like think the story like as you were reading? Did you know who was going to be
The
killed?
victim.
The victim.
So I knew very early that Will did something really bad. Um, and I knew pretty early that I was like, oh no, this guy is Will. Like that whoever did something to Olivia. And then I knew that he had to have something to do with Aoife too, that she wanted to get back at either of them for some reason, either Will or Jules.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I really, until it actually happened, like it took me a very long time to realize that Will was going to be the one who was killed. I kind of
Yeah.
thought that it would be Olivia.
Me too.
And then everything would come out about Will and he'd pay for it, but I didn't
Yeah.
think he would die.
Yeah, no, I thought that it was going to be Olivia, and then I thought that maybe it's going to be Jono because Will's going to kill Jono.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same.
Um, yeah, and also I didn't pick up on like why Aoife and Freddie were being so like weird.
Yeah.
I was like, why are these guys so weird? I
Right?
didn't like it didn't occur to me that they have something against Will.
It
But
just, in the way that she drew them there, like she purposely targeted Jules and offered that massive
yeah,
discount. And the whole thing was like, oh, I just have to get through tonight. This is
yeah,
almost over. And it's like, this is more than just a wedding. She
yeah.
drew them there for a purpose. And the fact that she had her own point of view, she wouldn't have had her own point of view if she wasn't a bigger part.
Oh, that's very true. I also like that we didn't get Will's point of view until like
Yeah,
really late in the book,
I agree. Yeah. I think
which
it would have given away too much about him because
yeah,
he was probably just an asshole the whole time in his own head, and we would have hated
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And it's like the like image that he gives of himself is like very different, obviously, than the kind of person that he is.
right. So yeah, seeing the inside of his
Yeah, it
mind.
would have ruined the illusion.
Yep. How do you feel about Jules?
Ugh, I hate her. She's such a bitch.
I know
She's just so annoying.
she
Like
was just mean, and
so entitled, so like pretentious.
Hannah's a better person than I was because if I found that out at the wedding, I would have confronted her in front of
Well,
everybody.
yeah. Oh
I
wait,
would
also,
have.
this is off topic, but like Aoife walks in on like two people having sex.
Oh yeah, just two
And then
random
that's
people.
never, I was like, is that gonna be Hannah and some guy? Is that Olivia and some guy?
Yeah,
But
I
no,
guess
it was
it's
just
really
two
just
other
no
random
point.
guests. It was just a little
Red herring type of thing.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, it was. It was just a tidbit of information.
it
I finished the
was.
book and I was like, who was it?
I guess maybe it was just more displays of like infidelity and how shitty most of these people
Yeah.
are because we were not meant to like the guests, I don't think,
No.
especially the Trevelyan schoolboys.
Exactly. Like it's so like Bullingdon Club kind of like posh boy stuff. And it made me feel really gross how like true I know it is,
Oh, I'm sure.
you know?
Yeah. I don't see it necessarily, but you can kind of see it with like some people in the US that have been to an Ivy League school or something. I guess.
Yeah.
Or you see it in movies, at least, because I'm not around people that went to Ivy League schools very
Yeah.
often. But
No.
but it felt very real, just like
Yeah.
reliving this best time of their life, like what shaped them. And it's so
Yeah. And that's what like most of the politicians in the UK went to schools like that, and
yeah.
universities where they went to like societies like that, you know.
Mhm.
So it sometimes it hit a little too close to home in the sense of like the world is so fucked up and like the politics is like so messed up.
Yeah.
But these are the kind of people in power. And he said the dad says something like that, like, oh, he got into a good university, he could have gone into politics. And I'm like, no.
Oh, God, he's just the kind of person that would go into
Yeah.
politics, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kent put a really good question in the chat. He said, Aoife mastered the art of revenge, but does this cool her anger at the death of her sibling? I think it does. I think that it was sort of a closure for her that these men finally paid for what they did to her little brother.
Yeah.
Um, I think so anyway. And I think she kind of realized too, like she they they paid in the way they should have paid, like in her mind. Like Jono didn't need to die because he already felt so guilty.
Yeah.
But for him to take responsibility, for him to take the blame for what she did, like that's a perfect revenge for her, I think.
Yeah. And I think it would have been like interesting and difficult for her if they were actually nice guys who committed this horrible like thing when they were younger and now are really haunted by it. And then I wonder where she would have like put her anger and frustration. You know, it's kind of convenient also that she could just, because he didn't have any remorse.
No. It was very
sorry. I'm reading all of Kent's. Sorry, Ken. I'm reading all of your questions now.
Very good.
Was the island? The island was off Island.
It was. Yeah, it was off of Scotland, right?
It was off of Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and Will definitely does seem like a puppet of his father's ideals for life, because his father knew that he cheated on his GCSEs and that he murdered this, he like killed this boy.
Yeah.
And then is still just covering up for him.
But he hates him, which is at least something. He doesn't like his son. He's not proud of him. Like he knows.
Yeah, but he doesn't hate him because
of what he did.
He's a murderer. He hates him because he's like a reality TV star.
I know. He didn't live up to the potential. He's not proud of him, so he doesn't like him. It's not because of what he did. It's because he's not good enough, you know, I guess.
Yeah. It's also funny reading it for me because you know, Will and Alice went to Edinburgh and I go to Edinburgh.
Yes.
I'm in Edinburgh.
Yeah. You want to be elite. Eliza, I'm smart.
I'm really not, but there are a lot of posh people, and there are a lot of like Oxbridge rejects, like Oxford, like Oxbridge, like Oxford or Cambridge, and then like people who don't get into Oxford. Like there are quite a lot of people at Edinburgh who are like Oxbridge rejects.
Oh, it's like the backup school for, I mean, it's a great school, but like
it's a great school, but yeah, exactly. So I feel like I see it like firsthand.
That's funny.
And I'm imagining Will being like a guy in like your history lecture who just talks over everyone and doesn't let like a woman have a word in.
Yes. Yeah. He just like throughout the whole thing, no respect for women.
No, not a grain of respect for women. Why do you think Jules liked him?
I think a lot of it was because of her ambition and her like self-image. She liked how they looked together. She liked that he was ambitious like she was, and they looked good to the outside world. I think that was her main thing about him, rather than like being really in love with him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's mainly superficial. I think mainly just because he was hot and that's it.
Yeah, he was attractive. He like I don't know, she was very concerned about appearances and having him.
Yeah,
They looked
being
good.
on his arm.
Yeah. Um, I
I've
was
got some book
curious.
club questions. Oh yeah, you go first.
Well, a question for you. Toward the end, I was wondering how much she really heard of the conversation between Will and Olivia on the cliff, because it seemed like
Yeah.
she didn't blame Olivia at all. And if she had just heard like
Yeah.
it could have
Bits.
that they could have hooked up during the relationship, not
Yeah.
before. So I
Yeah.
wonder how she really knew that the Olivia didn't
Yeah.
facilitate cheating, you know?
She must have like heard, yeah, so she must have heard it all or
Yeah.
heard a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then also like she wasn't angry enough at Will.
No. Mm-mm. It
Like,
just you don't just let that continue on and do the cake cutting and stuff, like, or
yeah,
maybe
I
she
know.
does because she is that
She's
concerned about
just,
appearances.
yeah, if anyone would do that, it would be her.
Yeah. But me, especially if I've had a couple drinks, I'm like,
No, I'm like, no
having this out
way.
right here. All of my guests
Exactly.
know.
That's what I was like waiting for, some big like public embarrassment.
Yes,
And I am
that's what I
sad that we didn't
wanted.
get that.
I
Like,
know, like I would have been happy if Hannah started it, or if
oh
Jules
yeah.
started about Will, because man, I'm not staying with Charlie if I'm Hannah. I'd be so
No.
pissed.
Oh no, what the hell? Like that was also
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh
And
my
then she's just
God.
like getting the boat home with him. I mean, I know she has to go home,
Yeah,
but
but there's no indication of how their relationship is going to go. It's like they're probably going to reconcile, is how it seemed.
yeah.
And uh, just like, oh, we weren't sleeping together at the time because she just had a baby. Are
She had a
you
baby
serious?
and like had postnatal depression.
Yeah.
And
He's there
and
hooking up with
and
his
he's
hot
like
best friend.
oh, it was such a long time ago. Well, it was like during our relationship. It's
Her
not
kids
like
aren't that
when you,
old either.
no,
Like,
it's not like when you were teenagers before we met. Oh yeah.
disgusting. That was,
Jules is such a shitty person.
I know. And then the fact that they're still flirting afterwards, and like,
So grim.
Charlie's disgusting anyway. Like, they're supposed to be best friends, but really the root of their friendship is the fact that one of them is attracted to the other. Like,
Yeah. Or they're both attracted to
or
each
they're
other.
both attracted to each other
And
now. Like,
yeah.
no, your best friend shouldn't be this like younger woman that you met when you were a teenager and you know that she has an attraction to you. That's not right when you have a wife.
Yeah. And also, but I thought that it fits in with Jules' character that her only friend, like her only true friend, is someone that she fancies and fancies her.
Yeah.
Like she
Uh-huh.
doesn't have any real friends, does she?
No. And I feel like you're supposed to not feel bad for her for that, but I feel like at the end you're supposed to like sympathize with her and be like, "Oh, what a good sister." And it's like, "No. She
It's
doesn't get to
so
be a
bare
good sister
minimum.
now because throughout the whole thing she's been terrible."
Yeah. And not being annoyed at Olivia for being like the victim of Will's abuse isn't her being a good sister.
Right. You're
It's
right.
just
Like you
like
said, it's just the bare
it's just bare
minimum.
minimum humanity,
Mhm. And the whole way she was thinking about Hannah the whole time, like that Hannah's just this
Yeah.
dowdy, kind,
Yeah.
like basically loser. And at one point she said, I'm too much for him, thinking about her
Yeah.
and Charlie. And I
Yeah.
hate that way of thinking, because it's like, then you're like, so this person that he is with is lesser than you? It's not,
Yeah.
I hate that, but I'm too much for him. You
Yeah.
just,
No, you're
ugh.
just not right.
Yeah, she just didn't choose you, or he just didn't choose you, or you're not
Yeah.
compatible in
You're
some way.
not a
It's not
good
that you're
match.
you're too much. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I was not a fan.
No, me either.
I've got some book club questions. Did the multiple points of view work for you? Did you like the different chapters? I
I
liked it
liked
too.
it. I liked it a lot.
And the like skipping back and forward.
What I really liked, so I actually listened to the audiobook.
Oh yeah.
Loved it because there was multiple narrators. They
Oh
used a
cool.
different, I think it was a different
Different
person for
voices.
every character, but
Yeah.
they might have repeated some of the women. I'm not sure, but I think it was a different person for every character. And I liked that. It was really
Yeah.
effective. And the accents were really cute, obviously, because they're
Did
all
Hannah have a little Mancunian accent
I think
from the
so.
north?
I don't know. I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
know, but I think so.
Yeah. That's nice.
But Aoife had a little Irish accent. I know
Oh
Irish
yeah, I'm
versus
also
English.
confused by so obviously Aoife. So that means that like the boy, well, I guess it does make sense because Aoife's Irish and like grew up in Dublin, right?
I don't remember.
I think so. And then but then her younger brother was at Trevelyan's
Mm-hmm.
in England, which I guess makes sense because it's a boarding school.
Yeah, they like sent him off to.
But then I don't know, I feel like they would have mentioned that Lona was Irish.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe that they thought it would be too much of a giveaway
Yeah,
if.
too big of a clue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that confused me a little bit.
I thought it was kind of funny that she ended up marrying the friend of her brother who like
Yeah,
like it's very very strange that they kind of trauma bonded over that and
yeah,
they're
and I thought because they did say something how like the things they went through when they were younger bonded them together. I don't know. I was expecting something. I was expecting something different. I was expecting more like long-term abuse or
I thought they had
like I don't
lost a
know.
child.
I also thought they had lost a child, and I thought that like I thought they would have lost a child on the in the crossing, or like
Yeah,
the child would have drowned
exactly.
or something.
That's what I thought because they kept talking about drowning, but her brother did drown, so I guess
So yeah,
oh, that part was sad. That was pretty
yeah, it
messed
is
up.
sad. And so, if any of them had gone to the graveyard and had looked at the names on the grave, then they would have seen his
Yeah,
name,
that's true.
although maybe
So
they wouldn't have even recognized his name
yeah, they I don't
because they didn't, Will didn't
yeah,
really
when
remember his
she's
name, but maybe Jono would have remembered his name.
Jono would have, I think, because he was so devastated by it.
Yeah.
But she kind of made sure nobody went near the graves. Like even when
Yeah.
Hannah was kind of poking around, she's like, "Oh, it's the
Yeah.
other way."
Yeah. But she can't like keep an eye on that all the time. I don't know. And also, I'm surprised that Freddie let Aoife do this whole thing because Freddie just doesn't seem like someone who
No, he's very mild, right? Like
I would
I
have
love.
liked to know more about Freddie because he's an enigma. He was
Mhm.
very mysterious. Also, I don't know. I feel like people would have remembered him because, well, not necessarily, but like the fact that they like called him like fat when he was younger and that
Yeah,
his defining feature now is also that he's fat. Like I
right?
feel
I
like
mean, you
they would
must
have
have some
like,
similarity.
yeah.
And they do remember him. Definitely Jono at least does. So you would think
Yeah.
that he might have recognized him a little bit.
Because he like, Freddie comes out and is like, and poor, and he's like so nervous when he's talking to the boys.
Oh, that's true. He was.
Yeah.
Poor Freddie.
Poor Freddie. I feel like Eve has kind of like thrown him in this whole thing.
I know. She just wants her revenge real bad. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And she's like, don't worry, I'm just gonna talk to him. We're just gonna chat. And
Stab
then
him.
later with the
I am kind of surprised she had the guts to stab him though. Like you said, a big blow up would have been more what I was thinking, like a big confrontation, not a murder.
Yeah, and also like she stabbed him in the heart and then like and then what, she just went back through the kitchen to like get cleaned up. Like
Yeah,
there was a lot of missing stuff, and also
that's
it's
true.
really hard, like not that I'm an expert, but I know that it's really hard to stab someone in the heart because your
You're
ribs, like your bones are really
yeah.
strong.
I guess part of what helped maybe was that that knife was super sharp for no
Yeah,
reason.
but like I know that like you can like break your wrist by like trying to stab someone and you hurt their bone.
Oh
And
my
when
God.
people stab you in the heart, then I think they usually like go like under your ribs.
Oh,
And like, but I don't think that you would think of that unless Aoife's really prepared. Or unless
Eliza, how are you such an expert on stabbing people in the heart? I need to know.
this is like the nail gun thing all over again.
Oh
I've just like I'm like, this doesn't seem realistic. No. How easy is it to stab someone in the heart?
I've stabbed people in the heart before. It's not that easy.
It hurts your hand so much. The knife would break.
We're gonna see Eliza with a cast on her arm and be like, what'd you do to your wrist?
When did Kent says, when did you suspect Aoife? What do you think of her stealth and mastermind?
I suspected her of something from the very beginning, just by the fact that she had a point of view. Like I said, her role as the wedding planner is so minor that it seemed strange for me for her to have such a significant point of view.
Yeah.
If she didn't end up doing something, but she was also very, very calculating.
Point. Yeah, and it was all just very suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I don't know, I was kind of expecting there to be some like ghosty stuff.
Were you?
Well, because they were like throwing it in. I know it was just to add to like the spooky ambiance, and it did add, like, it was spooky. But I don't know.
You're right, though, like where Jono saw somebody in his room.
Exactly. Jono saw, I know, like he was hallucinating.
But then Hannah saw people too.
Yeah, right. Like there was some ghostly things.
I think that she definitely threw in some like red herrings to my stomach is freaking out, to throw you off the scent. Like, yeah, which I'm fine with, but I don't know. Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was entertaining.
I liked it. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I was a little bit underwhelmed at the end.
Yeah, just how quickly it wrapped. It's funny because in the audiobook, it goes immediately into a sample for her other book, The Paris Apartment. So I thought I had so much left. And then suddenly, like almost there was no pause. It was Aoife saying how, or not Aoife, it was Hannah saying how like she had wished she'd gotten the chance to stab him herself or something like that was the last line. And then it immediately was like, keep listening for an excerpt from The Paris Apartment.
You're like, that's it?
I didn't even get a chance to process.
Yeah, I know. All right, I've got my book club questions. Did the guest list feel more like a slow burn or a page turner to you?
Page turner.
Yeah. For me, it was a page turner out of necessity because I left it. I like left the entire book to like the last 2 days. So
I know I started it. I think I started it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm listening to it at like 2 times fast and audible, trying to focus.
Yeah, that's the thing with sometimes I'm like, oh, I should get the audiobook because then I can like listen to it while I'm cooking or like while I'm walking or something. Yeah. But then I'm like, oh, if I just want to like skim read it and skip through it quickly, then you can't.
Yeah. I just turn up the speed on the audiobook and then it kind of feels the same.
Yeah.
I can't skim stuff.
Oh, really?
I have this like weird thing from childhood where like I have to read every single word. I can't skim because I'm so afraid of missing something.
Yeah.
So
I'm a bad skim reader, like especially like I'm bad as in I do it so much, and especially when like I know something's going to be revealed, then I'll like find myself like I just automatically like I'm jumping ahead, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know why this happened though because I haven't actually read the last 2 pages.
You're so funny. Let me go back. That's funny. No, I have to read every word because I'm like afraid of missing like a clue or something.
Yeah. That's why you're much better. Maybe that's why you're better at guessing who done it and who got done. Because I didn't read the book. Because you actually read the book. You're paying attention for clues, and I'm just like going straight ahead to dialogue because I'm like, I just want to know.
That's so cute.
What's being said? That's the most important thing.
You can't wait. I have to know.
Yeah, I know.
That's so funny. No, me, I'm like, okay, let me just dissect every little thing that's going on here for no reason. But yeah, I would definitely read another one of her books for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Mhm.
Do you think, would you describe The Guest as a mystery, a thriller, or both?
Both. Yeah, definitely both. Um, I I would almost lean more toward a thriller because
I would lean more towards a murder mystery.
murder mystery. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. I think it's definitely a murder mystery. I think part of what messes it up as a murder mystery for me is that we didn't know the victim until the end.
Yeah.
So it's still
Yeah.
a murder mystery, but the whole thing is very mystery.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Looking at the comments, Kent has some good questions. Does the seaweed remind you of the first Godfather movie with the horse head? Maybe misdirected suspicions. That's funny. I didn't think of the comparison, but I can see it. And definitely the misdirected suspicions. I never thought that Aoife put the seaweed in their
Yeah,
bed.
me
I just thought it was a
neither.
harmless prank from the stupid
I thought it was a
groomsmen.
ghost.
You didn't think it was the ushers? You thought it was a ghost?
At first I thought it was the ushers, but then when he like asked the ushers and like it clearly wasn't them,
You thought it was a
then
ghost.
I was like, it must have been the ghost. The ghost.
We read two very different books. You read a supernatural murder mystery.
Also, I don't know, I felt like it's just I feel like it's just part of the book is that there are ghosts, like because Ethan knows that they're ghosts, but it's just like such a normal part of the island that it's like not that relevant to the story,
I love
but
it.
it's just part of the setting.
Oh my God, I love that as an idea. It's like just secondary, like there's ghosts, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not important to the story.
Like it's not a ghost story, but there just happens to be ghosts around. Because I do feel like some of the things that Aoife said and did, it just really gave me a strong impression that she's just like living alongside ghosts.
Metaphorically and literally.
Metaphorically and literally, maybe. Well, maybe not, because it was Aoife who put the seaweed. So
I actually really like I would like to see that done in a book where there's ghosts, but it's not at all integral to the plot. Like the ghosts are totally unimportant to what's
that
going
would be fun, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like, what is it? Is it like magical realism where like there's magic and stuff that's like, but it's like just written about like in a very like day-to-day normal kind of way. So like that, but like ghostly.
It's just part of that. There's just ghosts
ghosty
there.
realism.
I just love that. I love that. It's so funny.
We have to write it, made it.
Oh no, I think you're
I already did my part,
I created the idea.
I came up with the idea and I'm going to pass it on to
this is a very Will and Jono
the
situation.
English literature major, right? Did you do English lit?
Yes.
So there we go.
It's the very Will and Jono situation, right? You can be Jono that came up with the idea, and I'll be Will that profits off of it and gives you no credit.
Well, and then I'll murder you in the end.
Yeah.
So all will be well.
Perfect. Well, you get no. See, you totally get screwed.
I will get falsely accused of your murder.
You're gonna get.
See, that was another thing that like didn't get wrapped up. Is Jono in prison for murder?
Yep, that's what I think. I think that he went to prison for the murder.
But like,
he's paying for what he did as a child.
Oh, poor Jono.
That's his punishment.
Poor Jono's really got it bad because I know obviously he did the bad thing when he was a child, but
truly
he feels really bad for
it. It was an accident on his part. He was just
on his part. It was just like naivety and like being dumb and being like swept away with boys stuff. And
because all he did was follow the instructions of Will and do something that they had always been doing. He didn't know what he was doing. That's one thing too. Like, Will wasn't just like a shitty guy. He was like calculating and evil.
Yeah.
based on what he did to Loner, because like
Yeah.
he knew that the tide was coming in. He did it on purpose. And Jono just went along for the ride. So you feel kind of bad for
Yeah.
Jono.
Do you think Will is just a dickhead, or do you think he's like a sociopath?
I was thinking just a dickhead until you know what he did to Loner seems to be intentional. And then I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even just seem to think he's a bad guy. Like he
No.
genuinely thinks I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good
Yeah.
guy.
He's really delusional. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He literally says that, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Mm-hmm.
And I love how he's like, we didn't kill him, the game killed him.
Right.
Like he's got no blame. He's like really absolved himself of any blame.
I feel like that's almost a reasonable thing to think if you didn't intend for what happened. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to
If
say.
he didn't know that the tide was coming in, if he didn't plan it like that, like, yeah.
Because they were
I also
kids, they had always done this game. Like,
I also feel like Aoife should have been angry with the headmaster. I feel like it's the headmaster's
yeah,
fault. Like
just covering it up.
probably as much, and also for like having the school where he knows that stuff like creating this kind of
Yeah.
environment. He knows that they're playing survival
Mhm.
and that like he never done anything about it. It's just like negligence for,
I
he has a
mean,
duty of care to these boys. And
essentially, the hazing was sanctioned by the school because they
yeah,
knew what was going on. They never stopped it. Like, it was just part of the
yeah,
culture of the school. And he's definitely to blame for what happened and then for covering it up.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sad that he didn't get like any comeuppance either.
Kent says, was there stagnation of emotional maturity? Was there a reason to grow mentally beyond school days? I feel like some of them didn't. Like most of those boys didn't seem to grow beyond their
Yeah.
school days.
And the fact that they like idolize their school days like so
Yeah.
much, and
I'm
still thought about it and still like said their like school motto and like chanting stuff
that
like
was
that.
so
Like,
weird. Oh, if we can't, what was it? Something
if we can't
get into heaven, we'll
something
raise
heaven,
hell.
will raise hell. If we can't move the heavens, is
Move
it that?
that might have been it.
Yeah.
We'll raise hell. Silly.
Yeah. Yeah. Gross. Yeah, they're definitely like still living their teenage lives.
Glory days. Just relive those glory days, which is funny because they're all very successful now. So they have no need to continue reliving their
Yeah.
childhood
I guess it is
glory.
like a thing of like being traumatized from it, something,
Yeah.
and then being obsessed with it in a way. I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
think you're right. I think, especially, I, most of them, or not most of them, but some of them even did seem to be like, oh, survival was terrifying. Like that was rough. I think it was Duncan who outright said, oh, it shaped me. It was the
It was the
making of
making
me.
of me. Yeah.
I wish
Duncan.
it's so funny because
Get
that's
a
the voice they
life.
used for him in the audio. It was the making of me.
Oh yeah. Oh,
They
what did
used
they all
that voice
sound
for
really
him.
posh? I wish
Oh
I like
yeah. Oh yeah.
because obviously in my head actually then I like had to remind myself that they were really posh because I would kind of forget and then I'd like remember like, oh no, these are like the poshest boys.
Yeah. They didn't do it with Jono because Jono's not.
Yeah.
And Will barely had a voice. And
Yeah.
when he spoke, he was somewhat normal, a little bit like
Because and they do mention that he like when he's talking to the public, to the people, then he like softens his posh accent so that he sounds more like one of the people, so he sounds more
yeah,
like normal.
yeah. But it was just, especially whenever Duncan spoke, it was very, oh, it was so
Oh
funny. Oh, I just
yeah.
spit. My God. But it was funny. Yeah, I definitely suggest anybody who is listening that wants to read it and doesn't mind all the spoilers, listen to the audiobook. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that sounds fun. This question Would you have your wedding or even attend one on a boggy, windswept patch of Irish coastline? Why
I'd
or
go
why
to one.
not?
Why not? I'd go to one. I wouldn't have my wedding there because, first of all, it was like expensive. That would
Yeah,
be my main deterrent because I don't have the money that they have. But
yeah. No, it seems cool. It seems
yeah,
nice. I would
whatever.
definitely go. My granddad is Irish and we used to always go to Ireland in the summer
Oh,
growing up. So I felt like I had like a really good like image in my head of like what this island,
oh,
this
that's
like rough
awesome.
Irish island was gonna look like. Yeah.
I thought it was a funny choice for Jules to make. I kind of thought that she had an ulterior motive for choosing the island too, and I'm surprised she wasn't in
Yeah.
on any of the plan because I thought there would be a twist where she was kind of in on it the whole time.
And actually, I feel like there was some like hints about that because, like people would ask her why she put her wedding there, and then she'd say, like, oh, because of this reason and this reason. And then she'd say in her head, which, none of those reasons are a lie. Those reasons are true. And it was like, what's the real reason?
It
But we
was
never got a real reason.
the money,
It was
which
just
is
the
such a
money.
shitty reason. But yeah,
It was just
she was offered
the
that huge
discount.
discount and her father had cut her off, so she had to still keep up appearances. So she took the discount. I really think that's the only reason she chose it.
Yeah.
And it's another like red herring because you're like, oh, she has some
Yeah.
sort of sinister reason, but no.
Yeah. No, just money. There
Yeah, there were definitely things like that.
were definitely quite a lot of red herrings.
Yeah. And I wish some of them had tied back into the plot and not been red herrings, but that's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. We can't get everything.
Also, I don't know if I'm using the phrase red herring correctly. I think I
No, it is. Yeah.
am. Okay.
It's a red herring. It's a,
It's like a
I was going to say
purposeful
false friend,
misdirection.
but like, yeah, exactly. It's purposeful misdirection. Yeah, it is. It's a red herring. It's like a clue, but it's a wrong clue.
Something, especially the clue that is intended to be misleading. All
Yeah.
right. Good.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm watching on my phone, and then I realized that I can hear us because I had it out loud.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I couldn't hear
Oh,
it
okay,
through the
good.
microphone. So,
Good. Shall we give our rating?
yes. Um, I personally will. Well, let's do a poll
Yeah, let's do it and
first.
do a little poll.
We'll do a poll. Uh, all right. I'm giving again. I can only do four choices, so we're going to do 5, 4, 3, and 2. If anybody really thinks it's a 1, I'd love to hear why.
Yeah.
But we have 5, 4, 3, and 2 as options. We got a 4. We got a 3.
I can't see it yet.
It didn't come up for you?
Here we go. Here we go. I got it.
Okay. It's lagging for you. I am unable to vote in the poll, which is unfair.
That is unfair. Oh. Oh yeah, it's okay.
We've got a couple 3s. We got a 4.
Ken's got a good question. What can we tell about the headmaster through the wedding?
I think we talked a bit about him, and I think most of what I'm seeing of him is just that he's kind of
he's
garbage
also
and doesn't like his son,
and he just also wants like good appearances, but like in the right way for him, for him, like his son being on TV is not respectable.
His son should have been a politician because that's what he went to the school for. You didn't go to the school to be a reality star on TV.
It is surprising. Well, I don't know. It doesn't quite seem like for me, it doesn't quite seem infitting of Will's character to be a reality survival
right, because
expert.
he even says, I hate when my hair is messed by the wind or something like that, and it's just like he can't, like, he does this survive the night thing and he just hates it. He hates being outdoors. I don't know. Made me feel bad for Jono though, because like that's something that Jono was genuinely good at and like probably even better than Will at. And he never got to do the program. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, and now that Will's dead, then John could have taken over, but now Jono will be in prison. So
he's in jail. I do feel like he paid enough for what he did. I don't think he needs to go to jail for something
no,
he
I don't
didn't
think so
do.
either.
But
Yeah.
I think he's going to jail. I think Aoife got away with it.
Eva is such a sneaky little
She
wedding
is.
planner.
She is. She's a little sneak. So what did you rate the book, Melissa?
I gave it a 3.
You gave it a 3.
But I was between a 3 and a 4, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I would be like right now, having just finished it, I really liked it, so I think I would give it a 4. If I let it settle for a week, it would probably fall to a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I don't think it's going to be a super memorable read, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. So I'd
Yeah.
say 3.5.
I would read another book
maybe.
by the author. Yeah, I would also give it
Yeah.
a 3.5. I would definitely read a more by this author, and I would
Agreed.
definitely recommend it to a friend.
Agreed.
But
It's not going to be like a reread.
not like a standout book. Yeah.
I think part of my threshold too is like, would I want it in my library? Like, would I want a physical copy of it to keep in my library? And for this one, probably no.
It doesn't have enough of something. Sorry, I'm just having
Ghost
yeah,
again?
honestly, I'm just having the weirdest moment because I was looking for this. Like, I've been looking for this for like all week and I couldn't find it. And I asked my flatmates if anyone like came into my room and borrowed it.
Oh my God.
And it's always there. And now I'm thinking that actually it could have just been there and I just didn't see it. But anyway, sorry.
That is so strange though.
It's
always there and you're like, I can't find it.
It's always there.
And you looked there, you think.
But then I thought that it was going to be here and I was like, right here.
Oh.
Anyway, but I am really bad with looking for stuff. Like I will look, like it will be like right on the table and I will look on the table like 10 times and it'll just be right there. So it's probably not the ghost.
I'm gonna start being your secretary. I'm gonna come and find your stuff for you and I'm gonna answer your emails for you.
It would be the easiest job because my stuff is just where I left it. It's not really hidden. It's just that I can't see it.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
That's so adorable.
Or maybe it was the ghost and the ghost just like borrowed it for a little while and now they're giving it back. So
that's very nice.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Ken said, would this book make a good movie? And it's really funny because I was literally like trying to find, I thought they had made it into a movie and I'm so excited to watch it, but they haven't yet. But I could have sworn they had. Alas.
Yeah. I do think this book would make a good movie.
I agree. I think it would actually make a very good movie.
Yeah. It's like a closed, like a locked in murder mystery. Is that what I think that's always good.
Yeah. And like I think the flashbacks with the kids would be very effective. Like being able to show them as kids and yeah, I would actually really like to see a movie or a limited series. Yeah. I think it would be better almost as a limited series because then you can really get into all of the characters and the backstories and
a little like 3-parter that the BBC does.
Oh,
that would be excellent.
Did you watch Dracula? The
no,
3-part.
I
didn't watch Dracula.
No,
it's so good. Oh my
God! Or
like
a new Dracula.
It was the new like a year. It was like maybe 2 years ago. The BBC did it.
Oh no, I didn't see.
It was it's really good. It's 3 parts, and watch it. It's funny because each of the 3 parts is so different from each other because they take place at different times because Dracula's been alive for so long. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, check it out.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting.
Um, looking at the comments, yes, Daniel, check it out, especially if you're just joining us and have not heard all of the spoilers. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was definitely a good read. I'd recommend.
Good flashbacks and multiple perspectives, and those are like my favorite things in mystery thriller.
Yeah, I felt like it was well written. Like, I really liked the writing style.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, apart from like the thing about
Jules being super Gen Z.
Or yeah, exactly. Olivia. Yeah, that was the only thing. Like, that was the only thing that just made me like aware, you know, when you're reading and you forget that you're reading, and then something you're like, it just made me aware that there is someone who has written this.
Yeah, and I think
didn't like it.
Partially, I guess mostly because it was from Hannah's perspective that we were hearing Olivia say these things. I guess it sort of makes sense because she is like this middle, almost I guess middle-aged millennial talking to this girl, noticing her, like what she's saying and the slang she uses. But it just came off as very, hello, fellow kids. Like, it also kind of dated the story for me. I kind of prefer timeless things when they don't bring in like current
things which
slang.
Are really contemporary.
Exactly. It became very dated to me in that aspect, because you can tell this is like, okay, this is a very 2020, 2021 book.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's fine. It's just not my preference when I'm reading a book.
Yeah. It's a small thing. Like, it definitely didn't ruin it for me, but it did stand out. Oh, it was the ick. It was that bit. To be honest, I think that was really the only part. Like, I didn't like, maybe when she said like cringe and other stuff, then it wasn't that jarring to me. It didn't like stick out, but it was the ick part that was really jarring.
I think it partially stuck out so much because they were having such a serious conversation about her sister, and it's like, she got the ick. I'm like, I think it's a little more than that. Like,
and also like, that isn't really like, breaking up with your boyfriend isn't really getting the ick. Like, I don't know.
I mean, the ick can cause you to break up with your boyfriend, I guess. But I feel like that's not even so much what happened. It was more so that she found herself slipping in her studies and was like,
but you got to be down with the kids.
I noticed in the background that your Gumball machine is still empty. And I'm very disappointed about that.
Honestly, this month has like flown by, and I haven't done any of the things that I thought I would. And I haven't sent you your care package yet.
I haven't shopped for your care package. I plan to this weekend.
I did shop for it, and I got like loads of snacks. And then over the last few weeks, I've been like dipping into the snacks because I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like,
I have enough.
Because it's like, it's in the corner of my room. I'm like, it's fine. I'll just like buy some more. Like, I'll top it up tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And then just like slowly it's like getting smaller and smaller.
That's exactly what I would do if I'd already bought it, though. I'd be like, well, she won't miss it. I'll just...
I know. I'm like, she doesn't even know what I was planning to give her. Right. So I will appreciate this more in the moment.
That's right. I will never know. I'll never know. Now I know. But I'll never miss the stuff.
I'm gonna replace it.
I plan to do that.
So that's why. I need to buy and ship. It's because I'm scared of the post office because they're always so rude in there.
I feel like that's the most on-brand thing I've ever heard from you. I'm scared of the post. Are there ghosts? Eliza, are there ghosts in there?
No, just social anxiety.
Oh, I'm gonna come and
I
help
need
you do your
to
stuff.
Find my things and post.
Find your stuff, and I'm gonna help you go to the post office.
Yeah, this is what I need. I need a PA to just like do my bare minimum.
I'm gonna do that stuff
daily.
So you can just focus on being you and doing
writing my ghost stories. and finally have the free time to fill up my Gumball machine.
It's perfect. Yeah. Oh my God.
I've really had such an overwhelming urge like the last few weeks because people that around me are thinking about like their careers and their real jobs and are like applying for stuff, and I've had such an overwhelming urge of like I just want to not work and just like do like learn all of the crafts and read all of the books and have my little vegetable patch. And I've just been really sad that I can't just survive like crocheting and doing like fun projects. Why is it like this?
I don't know. It's very sad though. I feel the same way. So when are you done with school?
In June.
Oh my goodness. Then you're in the big girl world.
I know. I cannot wait.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my God. You're going to feel so relieved when you're done with school though, because that's so much work. It is. And the fact that like you're like, oh, I don't want to think about any of this other stuff. I just want to craft. Well, duh, you're like in
I
school.
know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait because, I took a few years out before uni and I was working like full time teaching English. And it was much less, like I work way more now than I did when I was working full time. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, definitely. And I feel more guilty about not doing work. Like if I don't work on a Sunday, then I feel guilty about it. Whereas like usually when you have a job, then you can come home and put it away.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was one of the best things for me getting out of school. It's like you don't always have something weighing over you. There's not always a deadline you have to worry about.
Yeah.
And for me now, like, because I've been out of school for like 10 years and I would never go back ever. They couldn't pay me to go back.
Yeah.
It's just so nice having like a Monday to Friday job and I don't have to do anything outside of hours. I don't have anything hanging over me.
Yeah.
You're going to feel a lot better.
Yeah. I cannot wait for this.
You're so close.
I'll be a free woman. That is if I like, unless I have to resit and then I'll be free in like August, but hopefully we'll see.
So when you say resit, that's your final exams or what exam?
Yeah, like all of my exams or like my courses,
Oh, okay.
Like if I don't pass my courses this year, then I'll have to resit. But it will be fine. Just scraping by.
You're almost done. You're so close.
Almost done. I can see the finish line. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, Kent asks for you to do a graduation party in June.
Ooh, that would be fun.
That'd be so
cute.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll do a happy hour to celebrate my freedom.
I can throw you a little party for your graduation live stream.
That would be so fun.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna decorate.
Okay, great. That's gonna be lovely. I'm gonna have like a drink and I'm gonna have like a little like crown or something.
Yes. I'm gonna think of party games.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Okay. Can't wait. Now I've got another reason to be excited.
So you better graduate in June because we're just
God damn it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, is it like a one-time only offer?
No.
Okay, fine.
Offer does not expire. We're good.
Okay, great.
We're good.
Good. I'll see you in like 3 years when I've like reset the year. Like,
oh my God. She just can't pass her final courses. I don't.
Oh
my God, that's so funny. So how does that work for you then? Do you actually are your final exams tied to the classes that you're currently taking? Or is this some sort of overarching test you have to pass?
Well, I've got like 5 courses and then I've got like some exams. Now I've got like coursework and exams. I've got some exams in December. I have like a mid-semester test. And then like the ones in December, if I fail, then I can resit in like June. And then I've got more exams in June. And if I fail them, then I can reset them in August.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
That's really interesting. I'm just thinking, I don't think we do it like that here. I don't think there's like a resit option. I think you have to just
Oh,
retake the class. But maybe that's what
oh,
you have
right.
to do too. I don't know.
No,
You can just take
you
the
don't have
exam.
to. Yeah, you can just do the exam. You
Oh,
can just
that's
like study
nice.
at home and retake the exam.
That's
And I think
nice.
like, yeah, and I do languages, so it's like I wouldn't need to like re-revise loads of
Mm,
topics. It just
right.
kind of builds on. So yeah, it's not the end of the world.
That's good. That's very
But
good. But you're so close.
so close. So close.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have a plan for the next book. I don't have anything in
Oh
mind. I
yeah,
know
no,
we have some
any
suggestions from previously that I've written down.
well, yeah, that's fine. We can just put a little poll with some suggestions. I don't have anything in particular either.
Have Being Anna and the Woman in the Dark were two suggestions from the last one. I think they were suggestions that Kent gave. So that's two
Lovely.
suggestions. And um, if anybody has any other suggestions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat or in the comments of this video if you think of something later, and I will add them to a poll unless I think of a book that I really want to read in the meantime and talk to Eliza and make an executive decision.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes do that.
Let me have a look at the calendar to get a rough estimate of when we might do.
I will look at my calendar too, though there's nothing on it. So I'm
No, me neither.
open.
I'm just looking at like
The
the
dates.
names. Yeah. Okay, so we could do like, oh, actually, I do know, like, we could, so like 4 weeks from now would be the 10th of December, which I can't do.
It's fine.
And I also don't want to do the 9th, which would be the Friday.
Mhm.
I have an exam on Saturday, the 10th
Oh,
of December. Yeah. So
why
I
do
don't
they
want to
do
do it.
that?
Why would they do that? They've just said it's for timetabling reasons, but
Oh.
I know. So I don't want to do it on the Friday before either, because then I've got a 9 a.m. the
No,
next
you
day.
have it. Yeah, you can't be cramming on our book. You have to study for your test.
Yeah. So maybe we could do the we could do the Friday after and do Friday the 16th of December.
Yeah, that will work. Same time-ish.
Yeah, this time works for me.
Okay. Do you prefer 8:30 or 9?
8:30 is good usually.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. It's always kind of tentative anyway, because you guys know we like to reschedule.
Sorry, guys.
It was my fault this month.
It was my fault today.
Whole half an hour. Daniel says in the chat you really enjoy the new Stephen King book. Which one was that, Daniel? I know Sleeping Beauties, I think he wrote with his son recently, but I don't know if that's his most recent one. He writes so much.
I haven't read, I haven't heard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've read some Stephen King, but I'm not a big Stephen King fan, which is funny because I feel like I should be.
Yeah, you should be.
I should be, but he gives, I don't know. I think it's too much detail a lot of the time.
Right.
I prefer his son, Joe Hill. I really like his books.
Oh, cool.
Fairy Tale. Oh yeah, I've seen that in the stores. The book is Fairy Tale. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. So book club next month on the 16th.
16th.
Same
which
time.
is like 5 weeks away. So that's good. It gives us some extra time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know
I'll
I'm going to do
wait till
it
the week of. Yeah.
Because otherwise then you forget.
Yeah, there was one month where I read it super early. I think it was when we did No Exit, and I forgot everything and had to like go back and remind myself.
Yeah, exactly. If you read it quickly, especially, and if it's not a particularly memorable book.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel, I'm just looking at the comments. And I totally agree. I've read by Stephen King. I liked what's oh, that really long one that's about like after the apocalypse and there's this illness and oh my God, maybe somebody will fill it in the comments, but it's like it's a super popular one that I listened to the audiobook and I really liked it. Yeah, I'm just rambling. But yeah, I need to get your little things so I can send you your
Yeah, a
care
little care
package.
package.
I'll
I'm
try to do
excited to
that.
give you, I want to tell you what I've got you, but also, like, I'm
Don't tell me because you're
excited.
gonna eat the stuff.
I got you something that I haven't eaten, and I'm really excited because, like, but also you, and I like want to tell you, but also it wouldn't even mean anything to you. You wouldn't be excited about it because you don't know what it is.
Oh,
So,
I'm sure I'll be very. Do you want to tell me?
no, it's fine. I'll
No, you're
save
gonna
it.
wait.
I'll
Okay.
wait.
I think a lot of what I'm gonna get you is not going to be snacks.
I got you snacks because it's easy,
Yeah,
but it's not that
yeah.
easy for me. Sorry.
Mm-mm. Eliza is vegan, so she makes it challenging.
Sorry,
But
guys.
no, I love it. I wish I had the willpower. I feel like I should be. I was vegetarian for a little while, but not for very
I feel like it's just easy where I live.
long.
There's like really good vegan options. It doesn't really feel like a hassle. And also, I was vegetarian for so long. I've been
Oh
vegetarian
yeah.
since I was like 12.
Oh my
So then
gosh, that's
going,
amazing.
yes, and then going to vegan wasn't like
So
particularly
is your
difficult.
family vegetarian too, or did they just cook special stuff for you?
They cooked special stuff for me when I was like 12. Then we had in our form room, like in our class, then we had like eggs in an incubator and we watched them hatch and we all like
Oh,
chose our egg, we gave them names, we had our little like baby chicks, we adored them. And then of course, like months later after we've grown, we've had this massive like attachment to them.
send them
Then
off.
like Farmer Dave comes in to give a talk about how the chickens are gonna go like become our chicken nuggets.
Oh, that's
And yeah, and then obviously I went home and I was like, I'm not eating meat anymore because
oh,
of poor
you had
little
such
baby.
conviction even at a young age. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It was the making of you.
it was the making of me. But actually, what was the making of me was like my parents being like, you're not going to last a day. And then me being like my hyper competitive self being
I
like,
love that.
I'm going to do this forever. And so far I have. So it's mainly
I
just like out of spite.
Oh my God, that is adorable and I love it. That's fabulous. I feel like you're the only out of spite vegan I've ever met.
Yeah.
Full vegan
I'm like,
out of
no,
spite.
screw the animals. Like, this is out of principle.
Yeah. I just took a quick screenshot because Kent, thank you for the suggestions in the chat. So I took a screenshot of them so I can see them for later. And Daniel, yes, I am talking about The Stand. Thank you. That Stephen King book I rambled about. But
Ooh, yeah, a few options. Sounds good. Good.
yep. You know what I think I'm gonna do after
What?
this? I'm gonna post on Instagram and ask people what their favorite vegan snacks are.
Ooh, good thing. Oh, but also like there's a lot of stuff that's like might be accidentally vegan. Like, Oreos are
Yeah.
vegan?
Yep. Yep.
And I can't think of anything else that you might like other specific stuff that are like accidentally vegan.
But
Like
there's definitely things, right? Like,
there's definitely things.
yeah. And then I think maybe we have some
And
cool
like,
vegan things that you don't
yeah.
have, maybe,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
vice
true.
versa, I'm sure. So I'll
And like
find
crisps and stuff will mainly be vegan.
right. Oh,
Chips.
I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant by crisps. So cute. I know.
I've got you some great crisps that you're gonna be
I'm
just
probably
like
gonna be like, hey, Eliza, can you send me more get me hooked?
you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? Like pickled onion flavor crisps. And then you'll try it and your mind will be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll be like, ew, gross, it tastes like pickled onions.
No, I think I'll probably I love junk food. I
I
love
love like
snacks.
sour thing. Oh yeah.
Sour candy. Do you like sour candy?
Yeah, I do. Oh
Let me
yeah, and
see if I
sour
can find you
candy,
good
sour
sour
like
candy.
hard candy will be vegan.
Hard candy's the worst.
Oh, I was thinking like, have you had toxic wastes? Is that like an English thing?
I think I've heard of it, but
Like really sour candy, but it's like it's like hard candy, but it's really sour.
do you guys have warheads? If you had a warhead,
I don't think so.
oh, I'm gonna get you some warheads. They
Great.
hurt. Like you can't have too many because they burn your tongue.
Oh, really? They're
Mhm.
really sour.
Yes. I
Okay,
have
cool.
not had them since I was a little kid, so I'll have to get you some. I probably can't have them anymore because of my teeth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good. I can't wait. Okay.
I love that. Okay, I'll find you
Yeah.
some. I'm gonna get you some
Perfect.
good stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I'm excited. Yeah.
I might have also got you some beverages, but I'm obviously it's going to get really shaken up in transit. So I don't really know how that's going to work.
And it also might end up being expensive to ship because beverages are heavy.
Oh, that's true.
That
But
might get
they're
pricey
not
for you
like
to
that
ship.
beverages. It's like a little
A
like can of
little
something.
guy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. It's not like a 2 liter of soda.
No.
Oh
No,
my
it's just like a
God.
little tinny.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
But yeah, but like leave it, to sit for a few days
I will.
before so you don't.
I'm gonna open it right away and just ASMR video.
Yes,
Ugh.
ASMR unboxing, but it's just
Yeah, it's just me opening
getting
shaken
soaked.
sodas.
Ah,
That'll be so fun. I'm excited. So I'm gonna try to do that, and then I'm off work on Monday, so maybe I'll even be able to ship it then
okay.
if I'm brave enough to go to the post office.
Yeah, that is. It's
Real.
okay if you're not.
Eliza
That
understands.
is the challenge.
Understands.
I do. I have to be in I have to be in a good mood. I have to be having a good day
I do too, to like go places, or I have to have my
to
husband
do
go
stuff
with
that's a bit
me.
difficult. Yeah.
Mhm. Like even going to Target or something, I don't like to go by myself. I went by myself 2 weeks ago, and I was very brave that day.
Yeah.
But normally he'll take me.
Yeah. That's what you need.
It's nice. It's nice that he is that person for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yay.
Poor
Oh.
guy.
Thoughts,
Does anybody have any final thoughts for book club that they would
comments,
like to add?
questions? Not for me.
Mm-mm. I like the book.
I like the
It
book.
was entertaining. I liked that Will ended up being responsible for every bad thing in everybody's life. And they all got revenge.
I also like the idea because I was like, oh, it's like so convenient that all of the people that Will have wronged are like here on his wedding. But then I thought that like, no, actually probably Will has just done so many like horrible things that like, just a handful of them are here, but it's like a drop in the ocean compared to all of the crimes. Probably.
Yeah, because like if he sent those pictures around of Alice and like did that to Olivia, he's done stuff like that to a bunch of women. So
yeah,
it's revenge for everyone.
Revenge.
Yep.
Justice.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. I've had a wonderful time.
I had a wonderful time too, as always.
It was good. It was good. So we'll figure out book club for next month, and yeah, we'll figure out how we want to do our unboxings, if we want to do lives or if we want to do videos or what.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I think that's
And we should do a little happy hour.
Oh my God.
When if we get around to it.
What might be kind of cool, maybe the way I'll do it is like I'll do a video with the snacks and like all that, and then I'll save them like for happy hour.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay.
Oh my God, I could do it as a premiere, and then we could do the live stream afterwards, and I'll eat my little cookies and we'll hang out in the live stream.
Yeah.
We'll hang out, maybe play some games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
okay, great. Well,
okay, so I have a funny story for you. It's a quick funny story.
Okay.
So we've had people working on our house, right? And like doing renovations and stuff. And the other day I was gonna go and play my Nintendo Switch while I was listening to the audiobook. I was like, oh, I think that'd be nice. I'll play a little Zelda, relax. I haven't played this game. I haven't played my Nintendo Switch in months. So I go over to get it out of its dock. And do you guys see anything missing from this photo?
I don't know what's meant to come with a
It's
Nintendo Switch, I'm not gonna lie.
the actual game system is gone. It's not in the dock. It's gone. So someone stole
No.
it. Yes, someone stole it from my house, left
No.
the dock, left the controllers so I wouldn't notice, took all of the games out of my cabinet.
Oh my God. That's so, oh, that's so
I
horrible.
know.
This is people that you had in your house. Oh my God, that's so horrible. That's so frustrating.
I was just like, it's funny because I was just like, oh my God, I'm so stupid.
No, but like you
it's been
shouldn't have
months.
to think about stuff like that. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, actually that is
It's been
now
months.
it's oh no.
And they staged it to look like it was still there, and I did not notice. And I'm like, I'm so dumb.
Oh, have you been able to do anything about it? Like, do you have insurance or anything? Or
I mean,
like,
it's not even worth. I don't think it's really worth trying to go through our homeowners insurance or anything. It's not.
yeah.
It's not worth the money. And then we had so many people in and out. There's no way I'll ever know who took it. So it's just like,
Oh no, that's so frustrating.
I have
One
been
of those
wronged.
things. You have been wronged.
So I've just been whining about that for the last couple of days.
Like fair enough, you know, rightly so. That's so frustrating.
Yes. So funny. But,
well, now you've got now you'll have to like buy yourself like a new
I'm gonna have to, even though I never use
video
it.
games.
I never use it, but like now that I don't have it, I'm like, oh, it's all I want to do.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I have this like hyper focus issue, and my husband knows too. And I'm like, God damn it, all I can think about is the Switch. And he's like, are you hyper focusing? Do you need to buy a new one? I'm like, I think so.
And then of course once you buy it, then you'll be like, oh, I'm over it now. But like you can't move on until
now
you
that
have
it's
a new
back
one.
and when it's back in its little dock, I won't even
Everything
use
will
it.
be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't use it.
The world
for
will be
months.
right.
Yes.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Oh, it's my luck. My luck.
Oh.
But anyway, do something with your gumball machine when you have the time and energy. I'm very excited to see what you do with it.
Me too.
Okay.
I will, I promise.
And yes, Ken, we'll try to plan out the live happy hour in advance so that people who need notice are aware it's going to happen, and we can get more people to join us.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, could we do this like little like Zoom thing with some other ASM artists?
We definitely could. Yeah, we can add.
Yeah, we could have friends.
Oh my God. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I don't have a bunch of friends in the ASMR community, but if you have anybody you want to invite, I'm totally down.
I only have like one friend.
That's cool.
Two.
Invite them. That's yeah. That'd be super fun.
You know, Abby.
So
ASMR.
I checked her out from your tag video, which I love that you tagged me, and I'm totally gonna do it. I'm so excited.
Yay.
But yeah, she's great. Like,
yeah, she's really cool. And she was like one of my first ASMR friends.
I love that.
We started our channels like right around the same kind of time.
Oh, that's
and I think we have
awesome.
like a really like similar audience because I think our style is pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely invite her, and I would love that. That would be so fun. Yay. We'll have a little nice happy hour, and
yay. Okay, cool.
I love it. Okay,
perfect.
So we'll figure out a time and date for that, and then
definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
It was lovely to see you.
Yes, thank you, Eliza. I always have so much fun.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll see you at next month, or maybe sooner. We'll
see you next month, if not before. Yeah. Yes. See you on provisionally the 16th of December.
Yep.
If not before, or maybe after.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see each other. Maybe.
Well, we'll see each other when we see each other.
That's right. I'll see you in your videos.
Yes, exactly. I'll see you in the comment section.
Yes, sure. And I'll definitely see you because you don't let anybody else's comments come through but your own.
I was the first to comment on one of your videos and I was so aghast. I was so hyped.
I loved it. I was like, oh my God.
Like, I'm such a fan.
It was so cute. I was like, she is first. You must have been like right there when it popped up.
Yeah, I must have been.
I love it.
Yeah, I felt special. I finally got to do the first.
All right. Well, I will see you
lovely
soon.
to see you. And yeah, see you next month. We'll do a little post, a little poll, unless you have any ideas.
Yes, I will give it a thought first, but we have some good suggestions too. And those of you that watch my videos, I have a new video coming on Monday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just for your awareness.
I've got a video coming tomorrow at around 10 p.m. GMT.
I love it. I'll be watching it. I actually almost always listen to your videos when I'm working.
Oh, do you?
So, yeah,
that's cool.
It's just it's nice and relaxing. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have like different styles of ASMR that I watch for different times of the day.
Oh, that's fun.
Like I watch like just sound trigger videos when I'm like working.
Oh, that makes
sense. And then like something like visual when I'm getting ready to go to bed.
I never watch visual ASMR. I don't even look at the screen ever.
No,
even
see,
for
I
videos
always
that are supposed to be, I always just listen.
Even if it's like not even if it's not like a visual thing, I'll still watch. Like,
interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. I wonder how many people watch versus listen.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess it probably depends on your viewership. Like, depending, like, because people will choose your style depending on what they do. So
yeah, that makes sense. It's funny because I feel like a lot of my ASMR is meant to be watched, but that's not what I watch personally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I feel like I always watch your video, even like your videos, like you know, like the piercing one. You don't like need to watch that, like really, but I still do.
I love it. Thank you.
Anyway, I'll see you next month.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Eliza.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Kent, for being book club MVP.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to end.